Oh, that's sexy. All right, you guys ready?
We're already recording.
No, it's okay. I can edit. I can
Okay.
edit that out. Okay. Welcome to Dwarvenkegger. I'm Tanner, and today I am riding along with Justin and Blake, and we are going to draft some Dominaria. Like, subscribe, hit that little bell at the bottom, follow us on Instagram and Facebook for all sorts of Dwarvenkegger shenanigans, and if you are looking for a way to support the craziness that happens here at Dwarvenkegger, hit up that Patreon. That's my shameless ploy to have people give us money. Okay, anyway, so you know me and Robbie, we're two nerds that love beer, so I just happen to be in the car with two other nerds that love beer, okay? So we are going to talk some beer, and we're going to talk some Magic, because we're all excited for the draft, okay? So once again, this is Blake, this is Justin. Guys, we're going to talk about our favorite beer right now. Right now is a little easier because, you know, people drink seasonal shit and that kind of thing. But Blake, favorite beer right now?
Right now, probably the summer shandies. I'm a sucker for something nice and light, nothing super heavy on the stomach. Especially when you're out in the hot sun all day. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. Shandies are good for a lot of different reasons, you know, if you're trying to, you know. I'm sorry.
I hate you so much.
Oh, I love shandies. They're so delicate. I love them. I mean, is there like a... Okay, no, shandies are a beer. There are just some people that kind of hate on shandies as a girl drink, you know. But in all seriousness, though, I do like Leinenkugel's line of shandies. You know, they're good. Honestly, the way I look at them is they're good. Like, if you have somebody who's like, I don't like beer at all, a shandy is a great place to start. Bud Light is also doing stuff with, like, they've had Bud Light Lime out for a long time, and Bud Light, is it orange? Is it Bud Orange?
The orange is the new one.
Yeah, so those beers do have their place, so, no, I just had to give you a little bit of shit. Justin, what do you think?
Speaking of the orange, I'm really messing with the Bud Light Orange lately. It is quite tasty. And
Let's hear it.
Yeah,
let's hear it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no,
go ahead.
No, I just, I just said beer, and you guys, you know.
And but also, I brought along the Guinness Drought. I'm still messing with that.
The
Guinness Drought.
Drought. Is it sure it's drought?
Yeah, man.
Are we sure?
I'll pull it out right now.
I want you to pull it out. We're not drinking and driving. I would also like to put that out there. Is it draft? It's not draft. Is it draft?
Drought.
Oh, it's drought.
Stout. Put it in the camera. There you go. Look at that.
Don't listen
See
to
that?
me. Guys, don't listen to me. You know this isn't a professional
Now put it
channel.
down. Now put it down.
That's a drought.
Yeah, it's a drought.
What? Bring it back up.
Drought.
And it back
Drought.
down.
That was movie magic
Drought.
happening right now.
There you go, buddy.
All right.
Put that back in the cooler.
We actually brought along. I picked up one of those Leinenkugel sampler packs, and we also got some nitros because I don't think these guys have ever had nitro beer. So you know, nitro beers are where it's at.
But remember, shandies aren't real beers.
So
They're kind of not.
Heard it
Okay,
here.
what's the? There's another one. Rambler, I think is what it's called. It's kind of like a sham. Golly,
shammy?
It's like a
Shambly.
shammy.
See, I'm all fucked
ShamWow.
up because the names are ShamWow. I'm all Vince. Because I'm all messed up on the names right now.
No.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
We're talking
no.
about a guy who had a depressing turn in his life.
Man,
Did he like
one
be-
second you're the most memed guy ever. The next second you are now the memed guy.
Yeah. apparently you can't beat up hookers and still have an infomercial. Apparently that's a deal breaker. That's where we draw the line as a society.
There's the line in the sand right there.
ShamWow, Slap Chop. I mean,
There it is.
It was all wonderful.
I mean, slap chop. They should have known.
Do you think
Slap
he
shot.
was?
Should've known.
Do you think he was using his ShamWow like little wipes or whatever
To clean up?
To clean up the gross. How does the ShamWow towels work on fingerprints?
I'm sure that's exactly what he was using.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I also thought it'd be fun to talk about Magic because you know Magic's kind of like our game. I mean that's you know
I don't know about our game.
our game. It's like what we share
It's
together.
a game that we all play. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's our game. We created it.
We run it.
Yeah,
Don't you know?
We run this boot. Okay, so
We need a check from Wizards. Then,
right.
apparently.
Yeah, you guys haven't been getting yours?
Shout out to Wizards.
Yeah. Woot. Sponsor us, Wizards of the Coast. I know you won't, but
Please.
Think about it.
Send us product. We'll open it. So Blake, favorite Magic set?
Definitely Gate Crash.
Yes.
Just because it was the first set that I really was into heavy, and I know you mentioned in that other video.
Yeah, pause. Guys, check out my Gate Crash box opening video. I actually did really well. I think I pulled like 4 shocks out of a box, which is right there. But we started playing at the same time. And Gate Crash was like, I think, the most recent set out at the time.
Yeah, Gate Crash was out right before Dragon's Maze. And let's face it, Dragon's Maze kind of sucked. So
It does kind of suck. It's like,
made Gate Crash that much better for me. So there's a lot of nostalgia in the Gate Crash.
Definitely. Boros charms are real.
Right at Precinct 6. That's all I'm saying.
Damn Mill.
Gotta love Mill.
No. The only people who enjoy playing Mill, I mean...
Are
like,
the ones playing.
Yeah, the ones playing. Nobody else is having fun at the table when you're playing Mill.
Both of us.
Salty guy who played a lot of Mill.
Right, salty.
Played against a lot of Mill.
Salty. Justin?
Okay, so I'm not going to talk about just the set. I'm going to talk about the whole standard block.
Okay.
So...
Overachiever, guys.
I'm sorry.
My
sorry.
answer is a block too, so like I guess that's fair.
So I'm
the only one who answered the question,
trying to,
but
like,
that's fine.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but I also started on Gate Crash. So yeah, that's kind of funny that we all started on Gate Crash.
That is funny. We didn't realize that prior to filming.
How did this happen?
So before, when I first got into Magic, the first deck, which is funny because they'll know how this all happened. My first deck I ever ran was a green-red monster deck.
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh yeah! They all know.
Yes.
And I've kind of like cultivated as my own myself a green-red monster master. I'll call myself a master.
Master.
I'll be that guy. I'll be it.
No, no, but there's a guy called Nikachu on YouTube who's the Merfolk Master. If you want to know anything and everything about the Merfolk deck, check this dude out. So like, there's definitely a home for green red monster.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'd never felt comfortable playing anything else other than like not green white, red white, Boros faster pace, but
this guy,
yeah, Gruul.
You guys would have got along great in the early days of Magic.
I bet.
Dude,
I bet we would have.
But what was so great too about Gate Crash is it pretty much pointed you in that direction. You were either going blue-black or you were going...
You were with your clan. You were with the clan.
Yeah, you were definitely with it.
I'm Gruul. What are you? I'm a Boros guy.
Exactly. Like, exactly.
That's literally what it was.
It was built off the guilds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guilds.
No Dearmere love. Anyway,
continuing, it was the Innistrad. Into Return to Ravnica.
Okay.
There was a lot of things going on. Vampires was going on. I believe M13 was coming out. Yeah. And that brought back Slivers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there was so much going on. The guilds were crazy.
Talk about Innistrad, though. Innistrad was such a pivotal set. I mean, you got Liliana, but, like, that was such, like, a good time for Magic. But, I mean, it's crazy because the Innistrad set did so well, and then, like, Wizards opened the floodgates when it came to printing after that. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, they were like, okay, well, we don't want there to be standard cards that are, you know, like $100 or whatever. So they printed the living shit out of Return to Ravnica, Dragon's Maze, and Gate Crash.
It really was the perfect set to bring after Innistrad. Because Innistrad was...
It was the set.
It was the set.
There's so many people I watch on YouTube that talk about, like, yeah, I like this and I like that, but man, when we were playing Innistrad, like... It's
werewolves, vampires. Speaking of werewolves...
It's so cool.
I restarted making a werewolf deck.
Yes. It can happen.
And it's going to happen.
Green
red till I die.
Yeah. It's like, if it's green red, I will hammer a deck. I don't care if it doesn't work well. I will hammer those colors down. My personal favorite is, you know, I started with Gate Crash, but I love Merfolk. I love playing Merfolk. I really believe in that deck. I believe if piloted correctly, that deck can run with the best of them. And most of the great cards from that set came from Shadowmoor, Lorwyn, and Morningtide. I love the art. I love the art's badass. It was a very underprinted set. I think it was like 2005. I think it was when it came out. So I would have been like 15. It was way before I was playing. But it's a great set. I love this set. I think Bitter Blossom is from that set. Bitter Blossom is a nasty card when it comes to like fairies and stuff like that. But I love that set. Fairy deck is real, man. I've seen that deck play. I've seen it mono blue and I've seen it black blue, and
I've yet to
Nasty.
play a fairy deck.
Oh, well, it's because it takes about $1,500 to build. So it's like, I mean,
You did say the magic words. You said blue-black, so I might have to check
oh
that
man,
out.
I'm telling you what, it runs like a 4-set of Vendilion Click, 4-set of Bitter Blossom. It's nasty. It's nasty.
Just take my paycheck.
Yeah, it's what Merfolk players kind of like want to grow up and play. Basically, it's really fun.
In that case, I need you to grow up because I absolutely hate playing against merfolk.
Oh no, I'm down for it.
No, dude, it's,
Your merfolk.
Hey, do you
is
want to talk about the
like
last time my green red deck faced your merfolk?
there's gonna be a difference this time. we will do a follow-up video to how that goes because so I'm playing Merfolk and I also have Mono Red Hollow One, which is a fun deck that I've been piloting for a while. That's a really good one. I'm trying to decide whether to make it red black. All the pros are playing it red black. I think I can get by with mono red, but I don't know. Blake, what are you playing?
Well, I just put together a mono black deck in the car. Actually, I was leaving it up, so it's mono black control, and it's just gonna be fun. And
What's the key? What's the hallmark card from that deck?
Phyrexian Obliterator.
There it is.
Because he's fantastic.
There it is. There it is. Justin, I already know.
Can you guess?
I already know.
Can you guess?
He's obviously playing mono white soldiers.
So, I get these dirtbag.
Green white tokens.
So I figured out a dirty way to use Primeval Titan, and it's bad.
Was time shift? Have you ever seen those decks? Time shifts are a red-green pro deck. Titan shift.
Titan shift,
Yeah,
yes.
Titan shift. Those are gross.
So what I do is I get Primeval out, and the first two lands I get out are Valakut, if I don't already have them out. And then every time I swing,
So gross.
I bring out mountains.
It just rains hellfire from the sky. It's like a fucking meteor shower.
I'm gonna let you sack him to this guy.
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
That's what we're gonna do.
So another funny thing that I run is a card that's not ran a lot in Modern that I believe should is the funny card called Browbeat. Browbeat.
What?
Browbeat.
Browbeat?
Browbeat is
I
hilarious.
know the card, but I really want to know, like...
It's hilarious. It's the most meme-worthy card in Magic.
Tell them what it does.
You give your opponent the opportunity to either take 5 damage or allow yourself to draw 3 cards.
Browbeat's mean.
Browbeat is a...
See, it puts me in mind of Vexing Devil, because there's a lot of people who don't like Vexing Devil, and I've always loved that card.
To be honest, I would run Vexing Devil, a 4-set of Vexing Devil if I had it at this deck.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I think it's 1 red mana for a 4/4, but basically
4/3.
4/3. Is it 4/3?
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm trying to think. You could lose 4 life and have the player sacrifice it instead of casting it. But I've heard the argument for it is like cards like that aren't good because you never want to give the opponent an option. But I'm like, that's a gross option. You're either dumping a super value creature on the board or you're, hitting him for 4
Same
for
with
1.
Browbeat.
Yeah, it's the same concept.
Really
Another one I like that's similar is double black Dash Hopes. Counter target spell or the opponent can pay 5 life to negate the card. But like either way, they're either losing 5. Yeah,
it's all about progression.
You're advancing the game state. So like I don't know, I like it. Okay, worst beer you've ever tried. Yeah.
Ooh, I got this one. So I used to live in a relatively small town, and I went to a bar with one of my buddies because he came down, and we went to a bar, and I really just wanted a draft beer. They had Budweiser, Bud Light, and PBR on tap. That was it. 3 taps, hole-in-the-wall bar, and PBR is awful.
Yeah, it's kind of like water.
Yep.
It's what's funny is we recently did a top 5 beer styles that we enjoy. Me and Robbie, we did on the way to that.
Did PBR get its own category for hipster beers?
No. so the another YouTube channel, Till Beer Do Us Part. It's a husband and wife that do beer reviews. Great channel, check it out. But they top 5 beer styles, and his was American Lager, and he was like, "Cause PBR!" Like slapped it on the table. He was super excited about it.
Not a fan.
Okay, but I'm glad. Okay, hold on. I have a point to make after that. But Justin, worst beer you've ever had?
Worst beer I've ever had. I haven't really, what's the word? I haven't broadened my spectrum of a lot of beer. I don't drink a lot of beer. I'm an Irish whiskey. I'm a big whiskey guy. But the worst beer would probably have to be I can't even think of it now. Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. Yeah, I mean, see, a lot of those like macro breweries. I'm glad you said that because that works right into my thought. Okay, so biggest thing, like when Robbie, it got me thinking when Robbie was like American Lager, you know, just like you just threw that down like super excited. But I got to thinking like the craft beer world right now is so obsessed with hazy IPAs. They're northeastern IPAs, right? So West Coast IPAs, think like super bitter, super floral, just like you take a drink and you're like, oh, that is bitter. So Northeast or East Coast IPAs, they're very hazy, they're very unfiltered. You still get some bitter, but have you ever had like a Hefeweizen beer?
So good.
Or like a shandy almost, where it's just very balanced. And these East Coast IPAs are super balanced. But because of that, there is a shit ton of them on the market. Like, we're friends with a guy, Craft Beer Pours, also an amazing channel. This dude, he does other stuff but IPAs, but he's out on the East Coast. And this dude he could do IPAs, these hazy IPAs, all day long. But something that I think is really lacking is a super high quality, easy drinking lager or pilsner. The market is so oversaturated with these beers that, you know, in my opinion, while they're good, while I love imperial bourbon barrel stouts made with wine casks and bourbon casks and this hops and all that and the IBUs, while those are good and I really like reviewing them, sometimes I just want a solid, easy drinking beer. But what's good about it is that Founders has something out called Solid Gold. Founders does...
Is it truly solid gold? That's the question.
I think it's pretty good. Guinness also has a Guinness Blonde that's also very easy drinking and very well balanced. But like, it's just a well balanced, good beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not always looking for like something that's gonna like expand my mind. I'm not looking for the next LSD beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want don't put LSD in your beer. It's just that's not an encouragement. But like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't know. I think it could be overwhelming for a person who doesn't drink a lot of beer.
Not always like, trying to get shrooms in my beer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to like go on a magic carpet ride with all these tastes and everything like that.
Hangover moment.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm not trying to get all crazy like that. So yeah, we're super excited to be drafting Dominaria. We draft, was it Ixalan? Did we draft Ixalan?
Yeah.
Draft Ixalan.
Ixalan was fun because it was definitely a tribe thing. So we're drafting. I'm not sure.
Drive.
I don't want to wreck the car, but Dominaria. So we're gonna stop real fast.
Product placement right there, guys. Didn't lose it.
Sponsor us, Wizard. All right, so that's why you have somebody in the car to do stuff like that, so you can see when people stop suddenly.
Saved a life.
Yep. Anyway, what were we talking about? Hold on, I'm sweating. Anyway, Dominaria. They brought back Richard Garfield for this set, who is one of the original creator of Magic. A lot of high power cards in this set. I'm really looking forward to it. This is a Magic draft set. You know, yes, I like Ixalan a lot because Ixalan really kind of like directed you towards tribes.
Pick a tribe and hope that it's open.
Hope that it works well. I think the winning deck out of that was a vampire tribe.
Because no one else went vampires.
Yeah, you pretty much have to commit. But like Dominaria, super, super excited about drafting it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to win. But, anyways.
Time will tell. More in the follow-up video.
Also, I've done no studying.
This guy just shows up for draft.
I show up.
He's I technically know how to draft. I'm here.
Yeah. I know how to build a deck. Let's go.
Been watching drafts for like a week now.
Yeah, about 2 weeks of research.
Yeah. Still don't know what I'm going to pick, but
no. Well, I
know nothing about the set.
Justin's like, random question, unrelated to anything we've been talking about. Is red green a strategy? How much can I get away with red green? All right.
So go ahead. You might as well go off and talk about the set itself.
Well, like I said, it's an amazing set. A lot of power cards. A lot of people were complaining that Magic were like watering down the power of cards, or the casting cost was too high. So they brought Richard Garfield back on the team. There's some really great.
Keep my baby safe.
Yeah. There's some really great cards on it. You've got Karn, the return of Karn. And for those of you who don't know a lot about Magic, the early sets very much, and they do now, but the very early sets very much followed a storyline. One that a lot of Magic players hold very dear to their heart. Those original, because there used to be novels and comic books associated with Magic the Gathering, the very early sets. And a lot of people, like, this was back in the early 90s, so like comic books and, you know, novels, that was like a thing. You know, we didn't have like blistering fast internet to just like read story synopsis.
I was born in the early 90s, so I'm just going to take your word on it.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I'll just tell you, like, you know, if you printed a novel and say, hey, Magic players, read a novel, they'll be like, get out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? They're not interested in that. But back then, the story behind the set was almost just as important as the card mechanics. And they've really kind of returned to form on that with this set.
I would really enjoy a Magic graphic novel. And there was a tease a couple 5 years ago that there was going to be a movie.
Yeah. See, here's my thing about the movie. Like, man, that's so lofty.
It's such a story at this point.
What do you?
Well, I mean,
are you going to do like the
volume it?
That's true.
But I feel like the character you start with is Jace.
You have to.
You have to start with Jace or Sandra.
No, just Jace.
Oh, no. Sorry, you got to start with the original story. You got to talk about the Weatherlight. You got to talk about Karn. You got to talk about Squee. You got to talk about Sisay. The original things. Okay? But the issue is
Jace spinoff ASAP.
No, I mean, Blake's like, I'm just gonna go and not pay attention until we can get to the Jace
We need to
spinoff.
know the story.
God, I need Jace in my life.
We need to know the story behind the most dominant Jace there ever was.
Oh, the Mind Sculptor.
Mind Sculptor.
Mind Sculptor. That was it. Was that Innistrad? No, that was in Innistrad. Was it?
Worldwake.
No.
Worldwake. Worldwake. What a great set as well. So
I was cool with Memory Adept too. No player's dream right there.
yeah, no, that's cool. But tell me why one costs like $100 and the other costs like $3.
True.
Because
Yeah.
Mill does not.
Because nobody likes Mill. We
No one
established
We
this.
all like Mill, don't lie.
No one gets it.
We like playing Mill. We don't like playing against Mill.
Right.
Something very different. So anyway, we are going to go draft. We will let you know how it goes, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Like I said, like, subscribe, hit the little bell at the bottom. Follow us on Instagram, Patreon, and Facebook. I mean, I don't know how you follow us on Patreon, but you can support us on Patreon. That'd be super sweet. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Cheers.